Hello and welcome to these meetings where we are discussing the different parts of our daily meditation. And today we have reached an interesting point of the Great Invocation. This is a prayer, a kind of mantra that has been given in English through a medium that is Madame Alice Bailey, coming from a very high ascended master Tibetan. In the early 20th century, a series of profound teachings were transmitted through a work collaboration between Alice Bailey, who was a British esoterist, and a spiritual being that is known as Master Kul or Tibetan Master. Kul, also called Tibetan, is a master of wisdom and is part of a spiritual ladder, a hierarchy of inner beings, enlightened beings that are in charge of the evolution of humanity from our present state of consciousness to higher planes. These teachers work towards the creation and maintenance of a divine plan for humanity on the earth. And Alice Bailey was acting as a channel, mentally connecting with Master Tibetan and bringing through her writings the deep knowledge of the hierarchy. So she, over a period of 30 years, she transcribed a deep and huge body of teachings that she called the ageless wisdom, which is in fact a modern expression of the timeless esoteric truths. And one of these collaborations included the transcription of the Great Invocation that was given to humanity at a very key point at the end of the Second World War in 1945. This was a period of deep pain, transition, and the need of hope from humanity. So the Great Invocation appeared at a turning point where many of the dreams of separativity, of hierarchy between human beings, of isolated nations had been destroyed by the war. There was a movement helping to recognize humanity as a one and equanimity of all human beings. But the war has devastated humanity, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and have left humanity traumatized and fragmented. So the spiritual hierarchy decided to offer an invocation linked magically to higher dimension that could be used in English, the language that would be the prevalent language for teachings and esoteric work in the future, that is now, to be used as an invocation and also to pronounce groupally. So this invocation that was intended as a tool for alignment within ourselves and as a group is meant to help humanity channel light, love, purpose from higher planes to our dimension. In a way, the Great Invocation is an externalization of the spiritual hierarchy that calls for the reappearance of a Christ consciousness of compassion, of love, of unity. Not as a religious figure, but mostly as an inner awakening of our own divine potential as soul. So this invocation was given to anchor these energies into the human consciousness, working through the sound, through the vocation, through the alignment of our will, and in group service. So the Great Invocation is short, but it's very, very relevant today because we are still going through turmoil, chaos, transition. We have ecological crisis, we have economic inequality, we have disconnection, and we have a technological overwhelm, and also an hyperactivity of our mind, of our bodies, of our societies. So the Great Invocation today serves as an anchor of stability. Humanity is like a boat, and the Great Invocation helps us anchor on the deep floor of the ocean, so that the waves that are coming on the surface, like a tsunami, won't take us collectively from one place to the other. It's part of a daily spiritual practice where we meditate, we open ourselves to higher realms, and we end the meditation by invocating, by reminding ourselves that we are channels of the divine light. It can be practiced on a daily basis, but it's most important to practice this at a group during the full moons, during the solstice, during the planetary events, because it helps us remember the notion that we are co-workers, so that we can take our responsibility into this fulfillment of the divine plan for humanity on the earth. And I will close by requesting you to say this prayer together. So it goes. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. And we add, from the avatar of synthesis who is around, let its energy pour down in all kingdoms. May he lift up the earth to the kings of heavens. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. So each stanza is invoking three different aspects of divinity. The light from the mind of God, asking for illumination and wisdom, clarity, taking us out of ignorance and illusion, and also of mental division that is prevailing these days. The second is love, the binding force of the universe, a call for compassion, from empathy and for unity, to return and align ourselves with the world teacher, either Christ, Maitreya, the Messiah in ourselves. And then it's asking for will of purpose, to have the inner strength to align ourselves with higher realities. That is to really focus our will in ascension. And it's reminding ourselves that we as humanity are no longer passive subjects of an external turmoil, but we become actively the center through which these powers may come into our reality. And we invoke also the divine protection and the spiritual safeguarding through the closing of the doors where darkness prevails, so that light, love, and power can restore our higher purpose as humans in this great experience of the school teaching that is planet Earth. So the Great Invocation is a formula for planetary healing, given in the darkest of human hours to help us as a group realign and bring the light that will take us to be complete human beings. Invoking the Great Invocation individually or as groups is a work of service in the inner realms, bringing down the energy to our life daily. So I suggest that you take the time to fulfill this service and to be part of this circle of beings working in service towards love and light and divine will, so that we co-create a better future, a better present for our human experience.